So this is day 4, and before actually starting the day 4, I wanted to ask, have you ever read a fictional book? Like for real, a one that is so lovely. I'm talking about rom-com fiction, especially that it's so lovely that it makes you cry to the point like, oh my god, this is so cute. That had happened multiple times, but the one that stays with me until today is this book. It ends with us, and actually its sequel, it starts with us. There was this letter the male character wrote for the female character, and i I always read this whenever I feel like I am missing that love spark in my life. And so I wanted to read it out loud to the people because when I first read this, I was so excited to read this, and I just wanted to share, and I just wanted to share my this new treasure with people around me, but nobody reciprocated it in a way I wanted them to react. So I felt they didn't get it, or I don't know if they read it in a way I or my fellow readers who read fiction read it. So here I am. So the letter starts as, Dear Lily, I am used to writing you letters that no one else will ever read, which may be why I had a difficult time when I first attempted to write these vows. The idea that they were going to be read out loud to you in front of other people was a little bit terrifying. But vows aren't meant to be something you make in private. The purpose of a vow is to make an intentional promise that is witnessed, whether it's witnessed by God or friends and family. It has to make you wonder, though, or at least it made me wonder what the purpose is behind the need for a public vow. I couldn't stop my mind from questioning what must have happened in the past to create the necessity for love to be witnessed. Does it mean that somewhere along the way a promise was broken? A heart was shattered? It's disappointing if you really sit and think about why vows even exist. If we trusted everyone to keep their word, vows wouldn't be necessary. People would fall in love and they would stay in love faithfully forever, the end. But that's the issue, I guess. We are people. We are human, and humans can sometimes be disappointing. That realization led me down another path in my thought process while writing these vows. I began to wonder if humans are so often disappointing and so rarely successful at love, what can we do to ensure ours is a love that will stand the test of time? If half of all marriages end in divorce, that would mean half of every set of vows ever made have ended up broken. How do we ensure we are not one of the couples who becomes a statistic? Unfortunately, Lily, we can't. We can only hope, but we can't guarantee that the words we stand here and promise one another today won't end up in the file of a divorce lawyer a few years down the road. I apologize. I realize these vows are making marriage sound like an extremely depressing cycle that only ends happily half the time. But for someone like me, that's actually kind of exciting. Half the time, 50-50, 1 out of 2. If someone would have told me when I was a teenager that I would have a 50-50 chance of living my life with you, living my entire life with you, I would have felt like the luckiest human on the planet. If someone would have told me that I had a 50% chance of being loved by you, I would have wondered what the hell I did to get so lucky. If someone would have told me that we would get married one day and I would get to give you your dream honeymoon in Europe and that our marriage would have a 50% chance of being successful, I would have immediately asked what size your ring finger was so that we could get started. Maybe the idea of love ending being a negative thing is simply a matter of perspective. Because to me, the idea that a love came to an end means that at some point there was love that existed. And there was a time in my life before you when I was completely untouched by it. The teenage version of me wouldn't have seen potential heartbreak as a bad thing. I was jealous of anyone who had ever loved something enough to experience losing it. Before you, I had never met love at all. But then you came along and you changed that. Not only did I get the opportunity to be the first person to ever fall in love with you, but I also got to experience a shared heartbreak with you. And then, like a miracle, I was given the opportunity to fall in love with you all over again. 2 times in one life. How can one man be so lucky? All things considered, the fact that I made it here, that we made it here to our wedding day is quite frankly more than I ever dreamed I would get out of life. 1 breath, 1 kiss, 1 day, 1 year, 1 lifetime. I will take whatever you will give me, and I vow that I will cherish every second I am lucky enough to spend with you from this moment on, just as I have cherished every second I have ever spent with you before this moment. Optimistically speaking, we could live our entire lives together, happily, until we are old and frail, and it takes an entire day for me just to reach your lips to kiss you goodnight. If that happens, I vow that I will be immensely grateful for the love that carried us through our life together. Pessimistically speaking, we could break each other's heart again tomorrow. I know we won't, but even if we did, I vow that I will be immensely grateful for the love that led to that heartbreak until the day that I die. If it's my destiny to end up a statistic, there's no one else I would rather become a statistic with than you. But once you told me I was a realist, so I want to end my vows realistically. In my heart, I believe we are going to leave here today and face a journey together that's full of hills, valleys, peaks, and canyons. Sometimes you are going to need me to hold your hands down the hills, and sometimes I will need you to lead me up the mountain. But everything from this point forward we are going to face together. It's you and me, Lily, in good times and bad, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, in the past and for forever. You are my favorite person, always have been, always will be. I love you. Everything that you are. Atlas. P.S. It is my wish for you to be my fish. And who wouldn't fall for this letter? It's so gorgeous.